week with the students, and we had a debate too. So trying to get from different sides, people supporting and against the motion, whether AI is going to replace teachers in the classroom. Some people said yes, and some people said no. So what are we saying today? Is AI going to replace humans?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So my answer to that, AI cannot replace. One, AI does not have the capacity to feel, to have emotions. They can only help you foster, probably whether you're a teacher, you need to go online like we did today, we ask AI something.
Okay.
And there is what we call hallucination, AI hallucination, that AI telling you the things that are not real, presenting it as if they are real. If you type on your Meta AI, who is Alice, AI cannot give you a solid answer to that.
Okay.
It can only revolve around it, but still tell you, I cannot provide a valid answer to this. But if you have ask a human, who is Alison? Alison is my friend, and the person can further from your company. So yeah, I can take over.
So that's like kind of relationship, because it's only somebody that know you that will know who is Alison. Because if another person that does not know you, even if it's a human, you will still get it wrong. So now, and that's the reason why AI, most of the time, it's the information, the data we feed it. That's what is returning back to us. Because there are some kind of questions I will ask maybe ChatGPT, and it will be like, based on my last updates, as at 2021, this is the information I have. Okay, it might not be able to give you the current one, and so that's one of the reasons we should also be mindful how we use it. So I'm going to talk about that as we proceed. So first off, we are going to be looking at the AI revolution in business, leadership in the AI era, practical implementations of AI, ethical considerations, and all that. So let me start with the statistics. Okay, you're ready there? So 79% of strategists say AI adoption will be critical to their success in 2024. 2024 is almost out. And 59% of enterprises accelerated that their AI investments or rollouts in 2023. Now, 42% of enterprises have integrated AI into their operations. Now, let me even leave those ones. Let me come down to the people here. How many of you are doing business? Like, yeah, you have your own business. Okay, not that much. But then, so for those of us that raise our hands up, how many of us, like, there's kind of something to do with tech in your business, no matter the kind of business you are doing? Like, there are some elements of tech in your business. You are using technology in your business. Okay. People are not raising their hand very well. They are doing it like this. All right. So for those of us that have started utilizing tech in our business, how many of us have started utilizing AI? Okay, just 2 people. So for those of you that are utilizing AI, which aspect of AI are you using in your business? Eh? Yeah, you. All right. No, not you. The guy at the back. He said he has started utilizing AI.
So I'm a designer myself.
Okay. Images. Which of the platforms do you use for that? Okay, that's fine. Who else? Yes.
So for I design, so most times, so I will not, so that I won't pick the wrong color palette. So sometimes I might go to maybe my meta area and be like, give me the right font for your wedding program, and also the right color palette for maybe the white and gold outfit, and then it will list the right fonts and the color codes that you use for the design.
Now, so how can you compare your performance in terms of your work now, compared to when you were not utilizing these AI tools and now that you are utilizing it?
Okay, it's like having a higher learning person close to you, because you like answer the first question, actually. It actually makes things easier for humans. It can't replace humans. It actually makes things easier for humans.
Yeah, so and it's kind of like make things you do things very fast without too much stress. Let me know, like this slide was done with ChatGPT. Like I just put the question there, the topic. I'm like, please create slide content for this particular talk, and then I refined it a bit. But if I was to think about it from scratch, it would have taken me a lot of time to put it together. But with AI, I was able to do that quickly. And I even did a lot of work in the sense that I still had to manually copy those contents, go and paste it on Canva because I use Canva for the slide. But there are still some AI tools that you can even use directly that will create the slide for you itself. You don't have to go and be looking for templates. Like I had to go to Canva, manually search for the template I want to use, and then paste the content there. There are other platforms. So I'm also going to be sharing that. So first of all, how and when should you use AI? Now we are all aware of AI today. So for those of us that don't know, AI is artificial intelligence. And AI is just simply what you are feeding into the computer, training the computer system or feeding it with data and all that, that it can now translate and give back answers or feedback or responses that we get. Now, when and how should you use AI? Who wants to help? When should you use AI? How should you use it?
When to now?
Okay. How should you use it?
I think one of the ways of using AI is when you need information. That if you, like we just use our WhatsApp AI now and answer your questions. Also, you can use AI to do some work for you. Like most factories or most companies now use the robots to do the work that human beings would have normally done.
Okay.
It's much better because human beings have their problems. Maternity leave, sick leave, all that, but robots don't have that. They can do the work.
All right, thank you very much, Ma. Okay, Mama, the way I'm seeing you, it looks like you're in support of the motion that says AI is going to take over humans. All right, so, okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we're going to go in depth into, especially in your businesses and in your work, when you should use it and how you should use it. Because the when and the how is not really about whether you should start using it now, but whether you are using it responsibly. So that's what I meant there. So types of AI currently transforming businesses. We have so many types of AI, and we have what we call the generative AI. An example of that, you will have ChatGPT, we have Cloud AI, we have Meta AI, the one that most of us are used to. And I think majority of us here, we use smartphone. How many of you are using smartphone here? Your phone has WhatsApp. Okay, I think everybody, right? So, and how many of you did not know about Meta until today? Okay, everybody already know. Okay, that's fine. So that means you have been using it before today. Okay, that's cool. All right, and that's like we talk about Meta AI, we talk about Cloud, we talk about ChatGPT. Those are all categorized under generative AI. Now, what do we mean by that? You write content, or you just write one small thing, or prompt. We call it prompts. So you give it a prompt, and then it generates content for you. It gives you back feedback, anything you ask. Just like our pastor earlier said, that if you have a business, probably, in fact, most of the time when you're having a meeting and then you are not sure what, maybe you want to come up with something new, like a new idea, and then you're not sure how to go about it. These days, the easiest way to do that is just to ask ChatGPT or any of the AI platforms that you're using. You just say, oh, I'm having this stuff, but I'm not quite sure what it should be like. It's going to give you a lot of suggestions. Now, if you are looking for a domain name, for instance, we do it a lot. Let's say you're starting something new, and you're looking for, you know what domain name is? Okay, you're looking for a domain name, and you'll be like, please suggest 10 domain names or 20 for me for this type of business. It's going to generate different names for you. Now, what is left is for you to now go and verify, because the AI cannot or might not be 100% accurate, in the sense that I normally have issues with in that aspect. When it comes to domain, most time, I will tell the AI, please suggest domains for me that are not currently in use, or business names that other people have not used. But sometimes it will still give you the ones that are already online. So you have to find a way of tweaking it and all of that. And then we have what we call predictive analysis. So that's another type of AI which is involved in predicting, giving forecast and all of those things. Process automation is another kind of AI. A lot of things we do today are being automated. We automate our workflows, we automate our processes and all of that. Those things are all powered by AI. And then we have computer vision. On your phone these days, you don't have to use fingerprints. You can just look at your phone and it unlocks, right? And then if you are doing all this KYC authentication and all those things, they tell you, put your face, unlock, or do all those authentication and all those things. So those are part of computer vision, and those are all part of AI. Now, real-world implementation examples. In our today world, we have different use cases or different ways AI can be utilized. In the healthcare area, we see AI coming up, different machines. Some of the machines we have probably not seen before. A lot of them we might not even have in Nigeria right now, or even in Africa, but they are already in existence in some other countries, but some of them we still have. And then in the retail industry, we have AI that help for customer insights and personalizations. So if you want to know more about your customer, there are different AI tools you can utilize. In fact, many businesses that are coming up today, they are always thinking about how they can integrate AI into their business. Most startups today are AI focused. And even those ones that are not initially AI focused, when you check them, you start to see these AI features, like the free pick you mentioned. Maybe 2 years ago or thereabouts, they didn't have all these AI prompts attached to it. Now, you talk about free pick, Pixabay, even Canva, so many of them, they have integrated AI into their platforms. So that because everybody wants you, when you come to their platform, they don't want you to leave and go out because you want to use AI. So they find a way of integrating it into their application so that you can remain on their platform and do everything you want to do there without having to go check maybe ChatGPT or any other external platforms. And also in the manufacturing sector, AI is also there to help out for quality assurance and all that. Finance, fraud detection, risk management, agriculture, precision farming, so many things we can think about when it comes to how we can put AI into good use. Then we talk about cost-benefit analysis of AI adoption. Now, this section is mostly for people that probably have their own startup or their own business, and they are thinking about integrating AI into their business. Now, not every aspect of AI you use is completely free. There are some that you have to pay for you to have access to some certain features. And for you to be able to get to that point where you feel like you are not ready to pay for any of the AI tools for you to use, then you need to take some things into consideration. First of all, initial investment and implementation cost. What will it cost for you to implement it into your business? Assuming you are not a developer and you don't want to start writing your own code from scratch or building your own AI from scratch. Now you want to use the one that has been built already. What is it going to cost you? What is the initial investment and implementation cost like? And what is the operational cost savings? What is this saving you on costs? What kind of cost are you saving by using these AI features? And then enhance revenue potential. Is it going to increase your current revenue as a company or as a startup? So these are some of the things you have to put into consideration before making that decision to. This one is mostly for paid AI services. So before making that decision to say, I want to make use of any of those. Then the key metrics and return on investment measurement. So we have productivity gain. So this is a little bit like similar to the previous slide. So the productivity gains, how much are you gaining? How much is you now using this AI improving your business or increasing your total revenue? and cost savings. How much are you saving on costs as opposed to when you were not using it? So because, for instance, if probably you have like 10 employees, humans, and then you figured a way to solve some of those your problems that you are employing people for. That means you are going to reduce the number of employees you have because AI might be taking care of some other aspects of the business. Now, if you calculate how much you are going to pay for that service, if you are using a paid AI service, how much it's going to cost you to do for that human, like you want to compare how much you are paying that human to do that work and how much you are paying for this AI service to do the same work for you. So if you do your cost analysis, then you can tell whether you are saving on cost or not. But definitely AI can do a lot of things, no doubt. So, and of a truth, in as much as we are saying that AI is not going to replace humans, AI is not going to take our jobs, it's going to make work a lot easier, but in a way, it has a way of affecting our, like, when it comes to layoffs, it has a way of impacting on that. So we see a lot of layoffs these days, like people are being laid out of their job. That's because those companies, they are finding a way of solving some of their problems that they needed some people for. But there are some kind of work or role that you are in that no matter what, they will still need you there. There are some that AI can actually like do it easily without needing you to be there. So, and that's why you as an individual, you need to always find a way to upskill. So if you are doing something that you yourself, you know that if they bring AI into the matter, AI can handle it very well and they won't need you. So you have to do something about it and see how you can upskill yourself so that you can remain relevant as a human. Okay, so now in leadership, how do we make use of AI? So AI literacy. So first of all, it's very important for everybody to know what AI is, the importance of AI, and how you can use it effectively. And data-driven decision making. So as a leader, you make decisions, and you don't just make anyhow or random decisions. You make decisions based on the available data or information that is available to you. So AI has a role to play in that aspect. The ethical AI governance, change management, balancing human and AI capabilities, building AI-ready teams, and managing resistance to AI adoption. So these are some of the ways AI can help you as a leader to be able to make effective decisions. And ethical considerations. Now, remember earlier when I started, I was talking about how do you use AI. So for the past couple of months, I've just been talking about AI. I don't just know. AI is just everywhere. Everybody are just, like the old Google, I think when they did Google events this year, that was like Google I/O, there's this annual event they normally do Google. And almost all the talks that they did for that conference was AI, 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 AI everywhere. So, and the event we had, I think in October, yeah, we had an event in October, yes. And then the event was still, it's a Google event, so it was tagged responsible AI. So the event was like AI, majorly on AI. And last week we also had an AI event for students where we try to introduce them to the world of AI through workshops and all of that. So because everybody needs to be aware of this AI and how we can use it very well. Now, I was listening to a talk this morning where there were some leaders in a room like from different countries represented, some Africans and some other countries. And then the African guy was like, he said something very, very, very interesting, which is we have young people in Nigeria, like not just in Nigeria, in Africa. We have young people. We have people that are capable, people that can do most of these things. And the problem is, it looks like Africa is neglected when it comes to AI. When they're talking about AI, then maybe they are making decisions on AI, they are doing stuff around AI, and maybe there might just be just one African in the room, or Africans are not even there. Like in the conference I attended at Bangkok like 2 weeks ago, there are some of the sessions I attended, like I just went to the room, and then I noticed, is it that maybe like the females, you can even count how many females are there to begin with. And then the black people, some of those who said, I might just be the only one or maybe two people. So that's to say that we are not here yet. Like this is similar to what I talk about as City of David, when we are talking about dominating in the tech space. So there are many places when we are talking about tech, AI, and all these things, Africans are missing in the picture. So we as individuals, we have a lot of things to do and a lot of role to play to be able to change that. And so the guy was like, we're not going to use boats to come to you guys, but you guys have to invite us. Because we have the talent, we have the people, we have people that can actually do these things. But we just need that collaboration and that support. And that's very, very key because every of this organization, they have the tools, they have the facilities, but we have the people, we have the manpower too. We have the people that can actually do this. And we have young minds. You know, in that conference, there was a project I was working on. So the people that were mentoring me, they were very mature, like maybe almost close to being my parents. But these are people that are still writing code, old people. But in Nigeria, yeah, if somebody that reach 50 years like this, in fact 50 years is too much. And there are people my age, and they'll be like, I'm too old for this. And I think it's my children that will be doing it. I want to say that, I think I wanted to start with that line, but I forgot. So tech is for everybody. So irrespective of your age. I know it might be difficult if it's not something you've been doing before, where you just want to start at a very late age. It might be difficult, but it's possible. A lot of people do that, especially abroad. You see mature people in meetings, the same meetings that probably, if it's a Nigerian gathering, you'll be seeing maybe 18, 20 years old people. But in those gatherings, for white people, you'll be seeing people that are even much more advanced. They are doing this same thing. So I don't think age is a barrier. I told Meta to give me a quote on AI just now. And it was like, I think one of the quotes is that AI is like an electricity. It's like electricity. Do you believe that? Or do you agree? Don't think about it. Probably because I told you it's from Meta, now you're thinking about it. So AI is electricity. Why is it electricity? Because now we cannot do without lights. Yes. And almost anything we want to do, but those of us are already used to using AI tools, almost anything we want to do today, the first thing that comes to your mind is, oh, let me go and ask ChatGPT. Oh, let me go and ask Meta and all that. You know, before now, as developers, we have a platform where we normally ask questions when you have issues, when you have a bug. They call it Stack Overflow. But now, actually before you hear people talk about Stack Overflow, if you have a problem, they're going to ask, in fact, if I ask, there are some questions I want to ask my husband, they'll be like, go and ask ChatGPT. So I'm like, yeah, right, actually I'm going to ask ChatGPT. So that's the way the world is right now. Before they would say, go and Google it. But now, no more Google it. Go and ask ChatGPT or go and ask Meta. So that's where we are right now. And we need to know how we are using these things. Sometimes I even get angry and be like, so you cannot think again. Everything is AI or ChatGPT. So we humans too, we don't need to abuse it. We need to also think for ourselves. So it's not everything AI, everything ChatGPT. And it's very bad for people that are just starting their career. Especially people that want to come and learn coding, for instance. And they will come and you give them tasks to do and they will go and ask AI. They don't even understand the code. They will just go and do copy and paste. It's very bad. So if you are, AI is for mature people, people that already know what they are doing. It's not for people that are just starting their career. So if you are just starting, mind the way you use it. Don't overdo it. Don't abuse it. Me, if I don't understand anything, if I'm reading something and I don't understand the concept very well, that's when I utilize AI, any of these AI tools. I ask, please break this thing down for me, and I read it. So it's not for me to just have a problem. I'll just take it to ChatGPT and just copy and paste. I don't even read it. So ChatGPT is there to break things down for you. It seems that probably where you are reading the original copy, they've not really explained it very well. Yeah. So you can just ask to break it down. You could say break it down like a 5 years old, and it's going to be explaining it as if it's explaining to a 5 years old. So those are some of the things you should do, not just like for those that are still in school. I don't know how many people are here that are still in school, whether undergraduates or secondary school. Please, when I give you homework, don't just give it to ChatGPT. Think about it first. Try to do it on your own. And if you feel you can't do it, you are spending too much time, you are struggling with it, that's when you consult ChatGPT. So we should still have our brains to think, not just relying on ChatGPT completely. And then, so that's where the responsible usage of AI comes in. And then privacy and data protection. So you need to be mindful of the information you are putting out there for the AI to use to give you back response and all. Then bias and fairness in AI systems. So these are some AI ethical considerations. Because these days, when it comes to hiring, nobody has time to be reading CVs now. So there are AI tools that review your CV. And then there are issues on ground where people are like, oh, this AI is not, these tools that are on ground that are reviewing CVs, they are not being biased in how they are accepting people based on whatever information they put there. We don't know how they programmed it. They could have programmed it to say if they see somebody from Nigeria, or if your location, you say you're in Nigeria, just scrap it out. So it's not because your CV is bad, but maybe your location, you just put location, and maybe that's how they have programmed it, and they say if this location is there, don't accept this person. Or if this person is a female, or if it's a guy, don't accept. So those kind of discriminations and all of that. Then transparency and accountability are also things to consider. So quickly, my time is up, so I'm going to hurry up with, you can go to the next. So I'm going to hurry up to cover up. So these are some of the AI tools for businesses or for business and leadership to use. So we have, for text generation, these are from what you can see on that screen. We have ChatGPT, Jasper, Grammarly. For some of you that write a lot, you must have used Grammarly. And GPT-4, I think that's part of the GPT that you pay for. I think normal 2 and 3 or so is free. And then image generation, like our designers were saying that they use it to generate image and all. So these are also, those things you are seeing there, those are platforms you can use to generate image for whatever you are doing. So if you don't have a graphic, if you're just starting out, you don't have a graphic designer, you can just go to any of those platforms and you can generate image easily. Then design tools. These are different design tools. We have Figma, we have Designs.ai, and so many others. Like, I don't know if you are seeing that screen. Then video and animation. So there are other AI tools that you can use to create videos. So probably you don't know how to edit video, or you don't know how to be creative with your video. There are tools that can make that process a lot easier for you, and they can just create the video for you. And there are also tools that will remove noise for you, like Decrypt, and they can transcribe, so they can be writing it in English or whatever language you want them to write it on. And then voice and speech. There are also voice and speech platforms, like Adobe. I think one of those Adobe platforms, you can use it to remove noise from your audio. Yeah, so data analysis, these are some data analysis tools, productivity and automation. Those are some of the tools over there. Customer service and support, those are the tools. So for those of us that cannot see it, the slide is already with the church, so if you need it, you can get it from them. And best practices for implementation. So like I said earlier, before deciding on what AI you want to work with or use, you need to start with clear use case and objective. Why do you want to use this AI, and which aspect of your business do you want to use it? And test the tools that you are using. Ensure proper training for team members. So if you have a team, you have to train them on how to use those tools. Then monitor your return on investments, maintain human oversight and quality, consider data security, and regularly review and update those tools. So reviewing and updating of those tools are very, very important. So I think before I get to the thank you slide, this last, second to the last, you can go to the next. So the AI implementation checklist. First of all, I think similar to what I just said now, these are some of the checklists you should have. Have clear goals, being set for AI implementation? What are your goals? Is there enough data to support AI? So for you to want to use AI in your business, do you have enough data to feed for it? Because like I said earlier, you need AI data to be able to, for that particular AI to perform well. Like recently, each documentation platforms I see these days, they have AI, their own personalized AI, where if you want to ask any question about that particular tool, you can just ask. That's because they have designed their own and feed that particular AI with information that concerns only what they are doing, their tools. So that when you are asking questions, you can be getting direct answer, and you can even link you to the pages where they are on their websites. So those are some of the things to consider. Then does current IT infrastructure support AI? So the current infrastructure you have as a startup, does it support the use of AI or whatever tool you have decided to use? Are there skilled professionals to handle it? Can you do it? Do you have people that can handle it? So those are some of the checklists. Has a budget? Do you have a budget allocated for it? And if you don't, you can still be using the free one. That free one is still a lot, it's still doing a lot. Are processes in place to detect mitigate bias? Do you have processes that you have in place to remove any form of bias? So is there a plan to monitor AI model performance? These are like complex stuff. So, but then, for the general public, just know how to use it and be mindful of how you use it. Don't abuse the use of AI. Yes, AI is here to make life easy for us, make things very fast and much more easier. You can decide to learn anything today without needing somebody to sit by you if you are a self-learner, if you know how to learn on your own. And all of these things are made possible through the power of AI. And so I think we can go deep and learn more. And I think everything I've been saying is more about use. And I like to talk about creating. So I don't have time to talk about it though, but I like to end with the line that you should be a creator and not just a user. Okay, so if you don't remember anything, remember that one. Thank you very much.